Motivation is the psychological process that initiates a person to behave in a certain manner, hopefully in productive ways, but not always. It energizes people. It is the process that helps people meet their needs. With understanding, we can use it to our advantage, so a brief description of the process is warranted. As a tangential issue, you will note that there isn't any provision for motivating others, only for providing opportunities for them to become motivated to motivate themselves. And this is done by offering them a chance to meet some need of their own. Motivation is a multi-step process that begins with needs: physical, emotional, and social. Abraham Maslow, a well-known psychologist, proposed in a 1943 paper that human needs are arranged in a pyramidal hierarchy of 5 classes of needs. Higher level needs depending on fulfillment of lower level needs as a prerequisite to their own fulfillment, labeling the 5 levels of needs from the most basic to the most complex: biological, safety, social belonging, achievement or recognition, and personal growth, previously termed self-actualization. There are probably many different ways of classifying and/or describing our needs, but Maslow's works, as well as any other, probably better than most. The process of motivation begins with needs. At the first stage, when a need is unmet, a person begins to experience a subtle sense of discomfort, at first below awareness, but the longer the need goes unmet, the more discomfort is experienced until it forces itself into conscious awareness. If the unmet need is lower on the hierarchy, it trumps unmet higher needs. For example, if a person's biological need for food is unmet, it will ultimately demand attention to the exclusion of needs for security or recognition. We will risk a great deal to avoid starvation. When the second stage of clear discomfort is reached, we embark on the psychological process of identifying and labeling the source of our discomfort, as in labeling the pain in my stomach as hunger. Once the feeling has been labeled, a person enters the third stage of exploring ways to alleviate the discomfort, thus satisfying the unmet need. A person typically identifies 2 or more ways of meeting a need. The fourth stage is to evaluate the list of alternative paths to satisfying the unmet need. That is, to filter the alternative actions through our various sets of values. Our understanding of this process is enhanced, of course, by understanding our values, and that was presented in the last discussion. The best or most preferred way of meeting the unmet need, the highest priority value, is typically selected, but if there are unreasonable or insurmountable obstacles present, then the next best is typically selected. The fifth and final stage is to finally act or behave in a way that will actually satisfy our unmet need. Some might refer to the entire process of activating behavior to meet a need as motivation. Furthermore, some might refer to the feelings associated with drawing discomfort to our attention, or encouraging a repeat of the behavior through experienced positive and reinforcing behavior as emotion. The significance of this presentation is that it might help you to discover how you experience your needs, options you have to meet your needs, and the ways you most value to meet your needs. Don't let them